Good morning, happy Wednesday, and welcome to Cup of Faith. I'm John Mullen, and I am part of the Church of God in Moose Jaw, and it has been a big part of my life and my family's life for decades. So it's an honor to be given this opportunity every week to share some of my thoughts and my philosophies and my theologies with you, and I hope you find them uh, healthy and helpful. A couple of things to get out of the way. First of all, if anybody knows where my smartwatch is right now, I would appreciate you letting me know that. I can't find it, and I'm feeling almost half dressed without it. Another thing is that I've been asked to relay to you is not to forget that this Sunday we are back to 30% capacity, which means we can seat approximately 150 people in each of our services. We all still need to register, but please do that, and I'm excited about it. I trust you're excited about it. Everything seems positive that we're turning the corner on this over a year pandemic, and life is going to get happy and very much back to normal soon. The last couple of weeks, we have been talking about our church's relational values. And if you recall, or if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. The very first one our acronym is HOPE, and HOPE stands for hospitality, openness, potential, and empathy. And so the very first one we did was the hospitality, which in my thinking was hope for loneliness, and that when we are at our loneliest moments, this is a place that we come to, and we are embraced, and we're recognized, we're seen, and we're actually wanted there. And we're trying to reflect the character of God and how He embraces us in our lonely times. The next in the acronym was openness, and this was hope for shame. Now, the thing about shame is that shame doesn't say I did a bad thing. That's what guilt does. Shame says I'm a bad person. And when we feel like that, we very much we disconnect, and we often have a lot of anger that we direct outwards, but it's really anger about ourselves. And so we have hope that God addresses that, and God lifts our shame. He eradicates our shame and gives us new identities. The next one, which we're doing today, is hope for setbacks. This is about our potential. That God sees in us, and the church, and our church is a place of second chances. Now, isn't it true that life is not a straight line? It's not a straight trajectory of successes. Actually, it is very squiggly. And there are lots of examples of people who, although we know them as successful people, they went through very hard roads. They endured a lot of failure. Let me give you three, because I found these fascinating. Colonel Harlan Sanders, which actually has family roots here in Moose Jaw. And he is the founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken, if you're so young that you don't know who that is. And throughout his entire life, he failed in just about every endeavor he was involved in. However, at the age of 65, so get a load of that, at 65, we are not too old to succeed. We are not too old to be successful. He set out with his famous chicken recipe, and with only a $105 security check to his name, in an attempt to sell his franchise model. 1,009 restaurants rejected him before one accepted his offer. That was a lot of rejection. Here's someone else, Sylvester Stallone. We know him from Rocky movies and Rambo movies and The Expendables. So he his young adult life was incredibly rough. And at one point, he was homeless, and for 3 weeks he lived in the New Jersey Port Authority bus station. He was so broke that while he was writing the script for Rocky, his electricity was turned off and he was forced to sell his dog for $25 to get the lights back on. And he was also rejected over 1,500 times as an actor, which is partly why he wrote Rocky, so he'd have a movie that he could star in. Sometimes we have to make our own successes, I guess. And let me give you one more. Thomas Edison, the famous inventor of the light bulb. He holds 1,093 patents. However, when he attempted to invent a commercially viable electric light bulb, he failed over 10,000 times. When asked by a reporter how it felt to fail so many times, he said, and this is interesting, he says, "I've not failed 10,000 times. I have not failed once. I have succeeded in proving that those 10,000 ways will not work. And when I have eliminated the ways that will not work, I will find the way that will work." What a great attitude. And you know, I'm assuming that all of us, or most of us that are listening this morning, are committed Christians, and probably most are committed to our church. But sometimes we as Christians give up way too easy, and we stop at the first failure, and I don't think that's God's design for us. I think God's put something stronger inside of us. But let me say, we all have setbacks. It's not an exclusive club. I know we feel like I'm the only one and there's no hope and there's no way I'm going to get beyond this. But that's not true. But we do have emotional setbacks. We have relational setbacks. I had lunch a few weeks ago with a friend of mine who said his wife had asked for a separation, and within, I think, about a 2-week span, the marriage is broken up. There are moral setbacks, there are financial setbacks, there are career setbacks. A friend of mine in his 50s contacted me last weekend. He says, "I've been laid off my job and I don't know what my prospects are." We all know what setbacks are like. Now, the good news is that there is hope for setbacks. There is hope for our emotional, our moral, our financial, our career, our relational setbacks. There's hope for all of it, because the good news is the final chapter has not been written. We are in a phase of a book, and that final chapter is still yet to be written. So let me give you 3 things. And I hope this helps. I hope this encourages you on Wednesday, the middle of the week. First of all, God makes us brand new from our past. What's happened in the past, those failures, those setbacks, that's not the final chapter either. God makes us brand new. From 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 15. This means that anyone who belongs to Christ has become a new person. Who I am today is not who I was. The old life is gone and a new life has begun. Second thing, we are intended to have an abundant life. From John chapter 10, verse 10, it says, "A thief comes to steal and to kill and to destroy." That's all he comes to do. And he will work tirelessly to do that to us. But Jesus said, "I have come that they may have life and have it to the full." Hope for potential, the potential of an abundant life, because that's what we're intended for. And here's the third one. God has big plans for us. No matter what the past, no matter those 10,000 ways that you found that didn't work, there is a way yet to work. There is a way of recovery. There is a way of hope. From Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future." And that is the God we trust in. That is the God we rest in. That is the God who gives us potential. hope for potential, hope for setbacks, hope from our setbacks, and hope from our failures. He's a good God. Let's enjoy him. And today, as I do every week, I say cheers, enjoy your cup of faith, and have a wonderful day. We love you, and we're praying God's best for you. And one last reminder, this Sunday, our service capacity goes up to 30%, which means 150 people can be in the downtown location, and looking forward to seeing you. My guess is Brenda and I will be at the 9 o'clock service. And blessings on you today in Jesus' name.